Hey, what is up, guys? Joseph here with a good friend of mine.
Hey, what is
Go
up,
in and
guys?
introduce
Joseph
yourself.
here, and we're here with a new video, actually. Today, we're going to be doing something crazy. We haven't done this anytime before. A Joseph audio? We haven't done that before. So, this is going to be something
Oh,
new. We're going to call it Podcast. It's something new. We know it's crazy, but we got this.
God, how I'm regretting this decision already. As you guys can tell by the title of this video, this is going to be me and Darius counting down our top 10 Disney villains of all time. Darius, why don't you, since you're the guest, go ahead and you got any honorable mentions?
Hold up, let me get this off my chest first. Just as a disclaimer, and by the way, I don't have any honorable mentions, but just as a disclaimer, if your list is different from ours, you can tell us your list in the comments down below. But if your list is different from ours, there's something completely wrong with you. I swear to God, if your list is any different from ours, there's something like mentally and physically wrong with you. We told them off, man.
No. Don't you bring me down this rabbit hole.
If I had to choose any honorable mentions, I'd say any of those evil witches in any of those Disney princess films.
Wow, really? Who do you have on your list then?
Other people, ones that weren't princess films.
You don't have any villains from any princess film.
I mean, maybe Maleficent somewhere, but besides her.
Wow.
I only have 8 on my list, though. I couldn't think of 2. I'm just saying.
8?
I have 8.
Are you kidding me? Seriously, Darius.
I was gonna be like if you name something, I was like, yeah, that was on my list too. So I wouldn't have to think of
Go
another.
look on Google. Like, you could have watched my Disney ranking video.
Yeah, no, but I couldn't.
And you
No,
could've-
I couldn't think of any
jeez.
really good villains. Like this is a top 10, so it has to be 10 of the best. And I couldn't think of any greater villains than these. No, I got a number 9 now in my head. Never mind. I got a
number 9?
I got a number 9.
Go ahead and write it down, because I got 3 honorable mentions plus a 10. So I might as well just go ahead and go with mine then.
Okay.
Jesus, you just threw this off the rails. The first honorable mention is Sykes from Oliver and Company. Basically, to keep it short, he's just basically like a mob boss, mafia type villain. Second honorable mention is Hades from Hercules.
Hey, that's on my list.
Yeah, he was a good villain in the Hercules, but there was some that I thought were better, and I think I've already announced this before. I can't remember, but I'm doing a review of the entire series of Once Upon a Time, and Once Upon a Time it didn't really do him service. And the third and final honorable mention is Lady Tremaine from Cinderella. Nothing supernatural about her, nothing that's truly threatening physically, but she's
That's her stepmother, right?
yeah, the evil stepmother.
Okay, yeah, that was on my list too, actually.
Are you BSing me right now? Or
No, I'm
you,
serious. I'm serious.
That's not a princess movie to you.
No,
Cinderella.
It's
Oh my God, Darius.
she's not technically a princess.
Yes, she is. She's not born into it, but she is married into it.
That's what I meant. That's what I meant. She wasn't born into
Oh
it.
dear, jeez, Darius. God, you really are throwing this show off the road. Number 10 is Human from Bambi. You never see him all. I've talked about this a little bit in the ranking video when I was talking about Bambi, but you never see him. All you hear from him is the gunshot and the music that cues when he's around, and it's one of the earlier Disney villains, but it's also one of the best.
That's actually on one of my lists too. Technically, I put any hunter in a Disney movie. Technically,
Any hunter?
any hunter because they show the evil side of
What
humans.
did you classify him?
No, I didn't classify them.
You went from any witch to any hunter now.
Any hunter in a Disney movie because they're showing like the evil side of humans. Because humans can be super cruel, especially towards animals. In the case of Bambi, and I think
I mean, there's only 2 hunters in all of Disney.
was it the Fox and the Hound?
Amos Slayer from Fox and the Hound, and there's Man from
Yeah.
Bambi. Those are the only two hunters in the
Exactly.
Disney canon.
Exactly. That's a lot.
Well, Gaston was a hunter too, so that's 3. Anyways, go with your number 9.
My number 9. Okay, this is put on there for trolls. Just to let you know. I want to hear your reaction. The aliens from Chicken Little. They're the worst villains out there, man. Like
I'm about to hang up on you right now.
When I saw that scene, and they just started, all of them started coming down and just invading in their like town or whatever, I was completely scared.
I am so glad you are cutting out right now.
I mean, if it makes you feel any better, on my side, none of us are cutting out.
I don't really care. I just don't want to hear you talk about that movie. I hate Chicken Little with a passion.
If you think I'm derailing you right now, wait till we get to the Disney heroes.
Oh, Jesus. And now you're scaring me. My number 9 is Captain Hook. Only reason he's this low is because he is, when it comes to threatening, he's a comical villain.
Yeah, that's
villain. You
that's
never take him real seriously.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I thought of him. I was like, well, he was more of like a comedy relief type of person.
I'm looking at my list, and every villain that I rank higher than him was at least somewhat threatening to a character in the movie. Captain Hook didn't have a prayer.
Most of mine are pretty threatening. I'm pretty sure.
The aliens from Chicken Little ain't threatening.
I mean, that's low on the list, man.
To you.
That's low on the list, man, and I was pretty scared.
We're stupid enough to put that on your list when we're doing this video. Okay, you're number 8, dude.
My number 8 is Hades from Hercules. Can't say much because Joseph, I think did you say something about him earlier in honorable mentions?
I talked about him a little bit.
Yeah, so there's nothing else for you to say. He's blue, he has flames. I guess he's kind of in the same park as Captain Hook, just a little more evil.
And he actually had almost won. Captain Hook never had a prayer.
What was that person's name in there that was with him? Damn it.
Who?
The thing. Hook? No, in Hercules, the thing with the horse legs.
Pegasus.
Yeah.
You couldn't remember Pegasus.
No, you know how long it's been since I've seen Hercules.
Oh jeez, dude.
Are you gonna start getting a little bit more serious from here? Probably.
Okay, so my number 8 is Ursula. Like Hades, Ursula in the Once Upon a Time was a much different character than she was in The Little Mermaid. But The Little Mermaid, Ursula, if I can try and separate them as hard as it is
Once Upon a Time based more off the tales or like the Disney story?
it's about half and half.
Okay.
There's some things that are taken from the fairy tales, but there's some characters that are completely, as far as I know, completely Disney. She's a pretty good villain. The voiceover work, Pat Carroll, I believe is who voiced her. If I'm wrong, forgive me. But I mean, as a kid, she terrified me in the very end when she got, huge. That was a little bit terrifying when I was a kid. But Ursula, the great villain.
And as a coincidence, my number 7 is Ursula. Like what I would have said probably wouldn't have been as interesting as yours, but like trading your Ariel, trading your body just for legs, and you couldn't talk one time. That's
Trading the voice.
Trading your voice. But if she couldn't get the prince to fall in love with her, she would have been Ursula's. So I don't know. It was scarier than the previous ones we have on the list. But yeah.
My number 7 is Gaston from Beauty and the Beast. I mean, we talked about him a little bit earlier, that he was a hunter. I don't know if I prefer the animated Gaston to the Luke Evans Gaston in the 2017 Beauty and the Beast. But both of them are pretty good.
We'll just say we'll leave this for another list because I do have Gaston somewhere else. I don't want to spoil anything, but I have Gaston somewhere else. So we'll save this for another list. So you'll have to watch that one. But my number 6.
What do you mean another list?
Listen.
You mean higher up on this list for you?
No, for another list. A completely different list.
Are you kidding me? You put him on Heroes. Are you kidding me, Darius? Okay, now I just want to go to the freaking Disney Heroes. I want to cancel the Disney villains and just go straight to the Disney Heroes to find out what you would put. Gaston on freaking Heroes.
Listen, I can't explain it right now because this is Disney villains. But we'll get to it when we get to it, man.
And by the way, guys, if you're probably wondering why we're talking about like this, we're filming about like 5 videos back to back, and this Disney villains is the first one we're doing. You mean to tell me you're putting Gaston on Heroes?
We'll have to find out, man.
Well, what's number 6 or whatever number we're on? I don't even know.
My number 6 was actually the Annie Hunter in a Disney film.
Oh Jesus!
Because it shows the terror of man, dude. Like men, like human, not just men. Because we're not Gillette over here, but like any human is like super evil or something, dude. For real. Like it shows like the bad side and how we don't like to not get what we want. So yeah, Annie Hunter in a movie, or any human that's a villain, more particular.
That's like pretty much every Disney movie.
Listen, no, God damn it.
You literally just said every human in the Disney movie.
Any Hunter in the film, then. All right, we'll stick it with that.
Jesus.
6.
Jafar. What's your number 5? I just want to get this over.
This is gonna be a lot of cutting you have to do.
This is a train wreck.
This is gonna be a lot of cutting and stuff you have to do if you want a serious thing. If you just want it like it is, it's up to you, man.
No, I don't really care. I mean, this is probably a good variation on my channel with the amount of what I guess is laugh moments. Number 6 is Jafar, like I just said. I mean, I don't like Jafar as much as some other people do. I don't think he's as good as a villain as some people do, but I still do think he's a good villain.
Top 5. My number 5 is actually Cinderella's stepmother and her sisters. Dude.
Wow.
They were such pricks, man. Like, for real. Oh, God.
Number 5.
It was horrible. That was my number 5.
Huh.
Cinderella's stepmother and her sisters.
Yeah.
They were pricks, dude. I hated them, even from my first time watching Cinderella. In any iteration that takes after the Cinderella story, I always hate the stepmother and sisters. I know they make you to hate them, but
yeah, you're supposed to.
Yeah, like they make you to hate them, but there's some mean people that you can't not hate.
You rank these, right? Or is it just like no order?
I was gonna order them, but I forgot.
So these aren't in order.
These aren't. But I'm gonna talk about them like they're in order. But I think the villains are more in order than the heroes. Cause my number 1 and 2.
Yeah, because you got freaking Gaston in your heroes. That's why.
My number 1 and 2 are like really top tier villains.
On this list, number 1 and 2.
Yeah, or my third one too. Actually,
I wonder if we got the same 1 and 2 because I know for a fact we ain't gonna have the same number 3.
I know for a fact we're not gonna have the same 1 and 2. I know one of them might be similar actually.
Really? If you don't have if you don't have 2 of these, if you don't have 1 and 2 in the next ones you mentioned, something's wrong.
I know I have one that's in your mind. And it's gonna it's gonna make this list sound super generic with that one in there.
Okay, well we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. My number 5 is the evil queen from Snow White. She was the first. She was the original. She's still one of the best. I mean, she wants to kill Snow White just because she looks better than she does.
You can't get more evil than that, man. She could have been number one.
Is she your number one?
No, I said she could have been number one.
Oh, okay. There's a couple more that I think are better villains than her, but she is still one of the best Disney villains they've ever done.
Of course, man. Like, oh god, the apple, like Snow White biting the apple. Just, I know, like I couldn't think of a lot of sidekicks, but I really just want to say the Seven Dwarfs are amazing.
Yeah. Yeah.
They would have been number one if I could think of more than like a couple of sidekicks.
Really, how many freaking sidekicks can you think of? I can think of 14.
I can't think of any off the top. Like the Seven Dwarfs, the teapot and stuff off of Beauty and the Beast.
Well, that's a list for another day. I'm not gonna go by freaking. I'll tell you after this video is over how many freaking sidekicks I can think of. But
my number 4 is Cruella de Vil.
That low. Wow.
Oh, was this one of your higher people?
Yes.
Oh god, dude, Cruella was like the actual evil person. Like watching it as a kid, you didn't realize how up it was that she was actually using those dogs as like her outfits and stuff.
How did you not realize that?
I'm sorry, man. I can't.
Were you paying attention?
Was I paying attention? No, like as a kid, like you didn't think about it like that, But like as you got a little bit older, you're like, holy. I don't know if you lost swearing and stuff in videos, so I'm gonna probably start swearing.
I don't really care.
But you're like, holy crap, dude! Like, she's like getting these dogs, like murdering them. I don't know if she's doing this herself, or if she's like taking it to a factory. Even either or is really messed up, dude.
I mean, I want to say they actually went on explain what happens in one of those live action movies. I want to say I can't remember.
I think I've seen one of
I
them.
think they made like 3 of them. I think I saw two of them. But yeah, they weren't really the best of movies. It's funny because I know for a fact this is going to be higher on your list. So it's funny that we each have one that the other has a lot higher. Well, not really a lot higher, but a little higher. My number 4 is Maleficent. Do you have her higher?
No, that's actually someone I forgot about, but I'm adding it to my list now.
Seriously.
That's gonna be number 0. Like the top pinnacle of people is Maleficent.
I mean, I've said about this I don't know how many times. I mentioned it in the ranking Disney movies. I've mentioned it I don't know how many other places. She, in the Sleeping Beauty movie, 1959 Sleeping Beauty movie, she is a great villain. However, that daggum Angelina Jolie movie I cannot get out of my head. I don't know whose idea it was. And yeah, I thought it was going to be a good idea to explain how she became evil. But I never signed up for a daggum Maleficent is an actual hero tale. They destroyed every single thing that happened in that Disney movie.
Like I don't know. Like with someone like Maleficent, like early Disney films, I would rather a villain just be like they were just born that way. I'd rather them just like be born.
Yeah, I've been fine with that.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, I actually like Maleficent for the first half hour, whatever. Because it's a good backstory, but once it clicks into the beginning of what happened in the Disney movie, where the Aurora is born and she comes to the throne and curses Aurora, that's when it started going downhill. Because Maleficent was looking after her, she basically became her guardian. That's not what Maleficent is. Oh god, I can do a freaking 5-hour rant on how much I hate Maleficent.
My number 3 is Shere Khan.
Wow. Oh Lord. Okay.
Come on, man. You don't like Shere Khan?
I like Shere Khan. I love the Jungle Book, but I didn't even. God, he was a tough mission.
Shere
I
Khan,
didn't.
Shere Khan is one of those villains that's like evil for the sake of being evil. And I'm pretty sure there's some distrust that and like
Wait, what?
there's some distrust that the animals have with the humans in that movie, which brings it back to my hunters in Disney films. Like they're showing like the distrust in humans, and humans like showing like humans are more evil than people think.
That's not evil for being evil. That's evil for just cause.
Listen,
Khan is essentially like an abused animal that's being mistreated. Like you've seen like videos on YouTube where like abused dogs come in like an animal shelter and they bite and scratch and all that. That's basically what Shere Khan is, because he got burned by people with a fire. That's why he's afraid of fire in the first place.
oh god, I remember that scene now.
I'm not taking anything worse from Shere Khan. He's a great villain.
Yeah, that's why it's so high on my list.
I wouldn't go that high. But okay.
That's why it's so high on my list. What's your number 3 then?
My number 3 is Judge Claude Frollo from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. What many people think when they think of Christian is like a forceful kind of, hey, come to church. Like they force you to behave a certain way, and if you don't behave a certain way, like you'd be like punished or whatever. You'd be looked down upon, that kind of thing. That's what Frollo is. He's that. He's a what's the word? He fantasizes about being with Esmeralda to the point of being of insanity. I can't think of what's that word?
I don't know. Fetishes?
No, not fetishes. Jesus. Lustful. I guess.
Yeah, maybe obsesses.
Obsessive. Yeah. Great villain. And he freaking. You want to talk about how Lady Tremaine treats Cinderella and her stepsisters? Look at how Frollo treats Quasimodo. Calling him ugly, telling him he's worthless. Freaking killed his mother, was about to kill him, and it was a long history between them two.
They did him wrong in the movie.
So what do you mean?
They did Quasimodo wrong.
Like, what do you mean by that?
He shouldn't have died. That's what I meant.
Quasi didn't die.
He died.
Oh, you're talking about the original movie. Because he didn't die in the Disney movie.
Did he not?
The book, no, not in the Disney movie, no.
God
he
damn
died in the book, and in like the black and white movie, yeah. But yeah, Frollo is my number 3.
My number 2, Scar. Scar from The Lion King. Again, just like Maleficent, one of the greatest villains that was ever conceived.
Mm-hmm.
Ever. Like, if there was anything I didn't like about him, it would be that he had to have a kid in the next film.
Oh God, I forgot about that. You never mentioned Lion King 2. You never mentioned Lion King 1.5.
What about the
Especially
Lion Guard?
1.5.
What about the Lion?
I've never seen the Lion Guard.
You never seen the Lion Guard?
No.
No, they're all chill. I don't know. But yeah, the first one's the best one, of course.
Is it like Simba's grandson or something?
I honestly can't even remember. I've seen like a couple of episodes of it.
I've seen like a couple of pictures. I've never even seen like a full episode.
Well,
I've seen the poster, and I've seen like a couple of pictures here and there, but I've never seen what it's like.
I was interested in it. The animation's not that good, but I was interested in it at one point.
But your number 2 is Scar for you?
Yeah.
And my number 2 was your number 4, Cruella de Vil. Like Ursula, Cruella de Vil actually scared the crap out of me when I was a kid. There was one scene, I mentioned this before in one of my videos, I don't remember which one, whatever. But the scene where she is chasing after the puppies, and her entire roof comes down on the top of her car. The look that she has on her face made me have nightmares. Was the cause of many nightmares when I was a kid. Oh, that scared the crap out of me. But yeah, Cruella de Vil, like Darius, like you said, how sinister do you have to be to kill puppies just to have clothes?
So we're moving to number 1.
Yeah.
You don't have any more honorable mentions before number 1?
No, I already gave out my honorable mentions.
Alright, number 1 for me isn't really a villain, but, like,
oh dear Lord,
he was introduced as a villain at first, and how they were building it up to when you first see him, it was amazing.
What?
The Beast from Beauty and the Beast.
Are you kidding me?
He was built up as this really scary person at first, and dude, the tension when Belle was going over there to save her grandpa and stuff, dude, that was so scary.
You know, I should have expected this. You had Gaston as a freaking hero. I should have expected.
Listen, you don't.
I should have expected this.
You don't know the history about.
It's freaking number 1 for you, above Scar and above Cruella de Vil. Are you kidding me? And by the way, Scar is my number 1. He is the best Disney villain.
Listen.
She's the Beast. Are you kidding me?
I'm a videographer first.
No, shut up. You just lost all credibility.
I'm a videographer first. So when you I really love a good anticipation / build towards something, and that whole stuff about hearing about the Beast before you see him, and then up to the point when you do see him, you think something really bad is about to happen, but it doesn't. That's why I think he could have been the greatest villain if he was a villain.
You literally just said if he was a villain. He's not a villain.
Yeah, but when they were when they were building him up like a villain before you got to know him, the whole thing about Beauty and the Beast was don't judge a book by its cover. That was the whole moral about Beauty and the Beast. So considering the Beast a villain, that's the cover. And when you open the book, you find out he's actually a good guy.
You're a good friend of mine, and we'll be friends till we die. I love you like a brother, but you have lost your mind.
And that's all we have for today. Thank you guys so much for watching.
My number 1 is Scar. The only Disney villain that should be number 1 is Scar. I haven't even gotten my piece in. Scar. I know some people complain about how he had the hyenas do his dirty work for him. He's the cowardly villain. I've said it before.
I hate the hyenas.
There's a whole category of villains in movies and TV and everything like that that's devoted to being cowards. Scar is the best of the cowardly villains. What?
I said I honestly hate the hyenas. I understand why Scar decided to get the hyenas because they were simple-minded and he could force them to do whatever he wanted.
Yeah.
But I really hated the hyenas.
I mean, he's essentially Disney's version of Adolf Hitler. Basically. I've said that before, too. Basically. I mean, the freaking Be Prepared has a freaking parody of the Nazis march in it. But I mean, Scar, he killed his brother, made his nephew feel responsible for it. How messed up can you get? I mean, if there's one person, that's one character, if there's one Disney villain that's more messed up than Cruella de Vil, it's Scar. Hands down.
If there's one villain that's better than Scar, it's Maleficent.
Oh, shut up.
It's Maleficent.
I thought you were about to say the Beast.
No. Calm down. It's Maleficent.
I mean, before the Maleficent movie came out, yeah, she may have been number 1, but I wasn't doing YouTube back then, and I wasn't doing top 10, so I never really cared to rank it back then. But yeah, that's. I can't even call yours a list right now, to be honest with you.
You should be more like me, man. That's what film-wise.
That's just a troll.
Film-wise, the only films I watch besides the only live-action films I watch are the Marvel movies and stuff. Everything else is animated and anime. That's it. That's why.
And wrestling.
They're not films, man. They're not films.
Oh, you talking about just films? Okay.
Yeah, films.
WWE documentaries. How about that?
Shinsuke's the best, man. But that's all we have for today. If you enjoyed this, make sure you slap this thumbs up button or the dislike button. We don't really care. We just need some interaction in the video.
Don't dislike this video, Darius. Just because this video is going on my channel, don't mean you can say that now.
Hey, I say this on my reaction channel.
Reaction?
I say this on my reaction channels all the time. I always say, give this video 2 dislikes, please. I really need the interaction. That's all that matters in YouTube is the interaction. It'll get recommended, no matter if it gets a bunch of likes or a bunch of dislikes.
I don't really watch your reaction videos. I'm sorry.
It's cool.
I mean, most of your reaction videos are just basically music videos that I've seen. I don't even watch music videos myself, so I'm not going to react. I'm not going to watch somebody react to it.
The only ones I really like are like, I think the Spider-Man trailer for Into the Spider-Verse. Oh.
Yeah, like I watch your reactions to like anything like movies and TV like that, or one of our videos that we've done. But music videos, I don't even like today's music that comes out.
I still haven't seen the movie yet.
What movie?
Into the Spider-Verse.
I haven't either. I really want to. Though.
Same.
But anyways, we're trailing off right now. that's my top 10 Disney villains list, and Darius's
top 10
list of
the ultimate,
the
penultimate top 10. Top 10 with 0 being Maleficent. My penultimate top 10 Disney villain list.
Yeah, and your number 10 being the aliens from Chicken Little. Shut up. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. What villains do you like, or should I say hate, in the comments below? Let me know.
And remember, what we said earlier. If yours isn't the same as ours, there's something completely wrong with you, mentally and physically.
You're not going to get me to agree with that. Because I really am going to get that dislike going up.
But anyways,
I'll leave the link in the description below to Darius' channel. Go ahead and check that out. I'll go ahead and put the link in the description for Darius' reaction channel, because he's got like three or four different channels.
Don't put the reaction channel down, because I'm getting so scared, because the subscriber thing is like getting super close to Scooter Tube. I'm getting scared that I'm gonna be known as a reaction person. But
okay, I'm gonna forget about the Scooter Tube. I'm gonna put the link in the description to the Scooter Reacts channel. How about that? If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that like button, and be sure to hit that share button. As always, like me on Facebook, JMash97, follow me on Twitter, JMash97, follow me on Instagram at JMash_97. All those social media links are in the description below. Mash out.
Mash out.